Hey, good morning. Mike Eppel this morning. You know, Mike, if you go check WestJet's Facebook page, maybe they've done this by design. They've already got their April Fool's joke up. They do great. Okay, I shouldn't reveal that, right?
Joke.
Yeah. You know what, though? They do a great job every year, and people go to it just for that. But you know what? Maybe they're trying to get a little more airtime by doing it a day before.
Exactly, because April Fool's falls on Saturday. So guess what? They went a day. Maybe this is all part of the gag. Go a day early with the April Fools. It's a great gag on their WestJet Facebook page, rebranding as Canada Air. Like you say, Kevin, they do this every year. They're very, very good at marketing on many levels, but April Fool's is certainly a highlight for WestJet. Dick Bartram is featured in a video. He's typically the front man for the company regarding their April Fool's pranks, one of their corporate PR people. And right at the end of the 2-minute video, he gets a phone call surreptitiously from the company and goes, yeah, we already went through the rebranding process. Other gags that WestJet has pulled in the past, robotic flight attendant, some other ideas, smart seats where you board the plane on a robotic seating configuration ahead of time. They also announced one year that they were going to fill the planes with helium instead of just regular oxygen because, of course, that would help the plane float, and they'd save all sorts of money on gas. So really good gag here by WestJet. Kudos to them. And again, yes, tomorrow, April Fool's, be careful of what you hear from friends and various sources in the media. It seems like it's almost an April Fool's joke on a daily basis when you look at some of the goings-on in Washington, but over the first quarter of the year, markets have had a pretty good roll. This is the last day of the first quarter, and you know what? It's been a successful start to 2017. We'll see if the uptrend continues. NASDAQ comes in at a record high on Wall Street. The TSX on the year so far up a little less than 2%. The Dow, of course, hit records up until a couple of weeks ago at least, and is on pace for a 4.5% rally in the first 3 months. We're coming into the trading day this morning with Apple at very close to a record. It's a key supplier out of China. Foxconn reporting very strong results, specifically related to sales of the iPhone, and that momentum build is expected to continue. We talked about the TD Bank's annual meeting this time yesterday morning, and the TD meeting with shareholders talking about those allegations about forcing employees to upsell clients. The TD saying that they're bringing in a third party to investigate. The CEO saying it's not widespread from his estimation, but nevertheless they want to do right by clients. And this will come to a head next month in April when the federal government starts to look at some of the sales practices of the big Canadian banks. The CIBC really wants to buy a U.S. entity. It raised its bid for Private Bancorp by 20% to now north of $6 billion for that U.S. venture. CIBC has been trying to buy Private Bancorp since summer of last year. And a lot of people figured that they'd have to raise their bid, and indeed that's exactly what they're doing. But the CIBC shares fell in response to that yesterday by a couple of percentage points. Dollarama coming off a big rally of 11%, record high for Dollarama. It announced a larger expansion plan than was first thought, simply because they've gone through some of the statistics across the country and said they're not over-serving clients in as much as there's a lot more space for the discount retail brand to grow to maybe 1,700 locations coast to coast to coast, and they've currently got a little less than 1,100, so Dollarama still sees a lot of room in the retail market, which of course over the course of this year so far has seen tremendous volatility and some big name brands really struggling to keep up while the discounters seem to be doing better. One of those brands that got hammered yesterday was Lululemon, down 23% in a single day. We'll see if any buyers come back to the yoga wear company today. A lot of analysts were just piling on, saying they are very disappointed with the company's first quarter guidance. The shares down sharply in yesterday's trade. So in advance, Kevin, happy April Fool's Day tomorrow.